is important because it's like food is life.
Food, like we say, is anything that you take in that will ensure the sustenance and promotion of growth, development, and good health.
Food provides the human body with all the nutrients it requires to function properly.
The food we eat determines our health status.
Food is the closest to your heart, and it's not something that you change over quickly. It takes centuries and cultures over many years to change the way you consume food or the way you prepare food. Nutrition, health and wellness is the original foundation of Nestlé. And the original foundation of Nestlé is, can we give people healthier and tastier choices in food and beverage? So quality starts to make sure that it's not harmful. But at Nestlé, we move beyond quality. Quality is a given, it's not even a negotiable. We created a very special recipe in MAGGI, and the special recipe is this fermented soy recipe that is unique to Nigerian cuisine.
First, we select the best ingredients, and that's starting from our soya beans, even the iodized salt we use, and everything else we use to produce this product. We have specifications on the best quality raw material. We call it, farm to fork, if you like, which is that right from the point of the farmer. There's a relationship there. And like I said, this whole thing called creating shared value. I'm interested in my farmer. I want the farmer to be happy. I want the farmer to succeed, because I will succeed if the farmer is succeeding. I will get good quality grains if the farmer is succeeding.
Suna Aliyu Idris Bele, sana'a na noma ne. Ina noma waken soya da dawa da masara. Tsar duka noma ne muka sani. Kullum in sun dawo mun je mun nuna musu aikin da muke yi don su masu iya.
Idan ya nuna za mu zo mu sare shi daga tushe, muna sawa a buhu, muna ɗauka muna zuwa mu samu wani fili a share shi, a kawo tampolin a shimfiɗa, mu tara akan wannan tampolin, sannan mu kawo leburori su buge shi. In an bige sai mu kawo mata su sheƙe.
The original product of MAGGI was invented by somebody called Julius MAGGI. And if you look at the history, he used a leguminous flour to develop the MAGGI. And so today, it is only in Nigeria that you use a legume, soya beans, to develop this flavor. What we produce using soya beans to make a MAGGI cube is a very strong source of protein. This material comes in a very laden with a lot of extraneous materials, and therefore you have to subject it to automatic cleaning machine that aspirates the dust, the shaft, and all the other extraneous material. At the end of the day, you have clean soya beans that you can say is wholesome, sufficient enough to go into a Nestlé process. This process is unique for Nestlé and unique for Nestlé Nigeria. So at the end of the day, what we sell to the people, as MAGGI cube, is a very strong source of nutrition, because coming from the soybean source, it's a very strong source of protein, fortified with iron, fortified with iodine.
Fortification is the deliberate attempt to add nutrients to food, nutrients that are either not sufficient in the food or that is not even there in the food, in order to meet public health needs of the people.
And I strongly believe that use of MAGGI could really make some impacts, considering the addition of soya.
Somebody has to take the product to the table after we have manufactured. And that's the key role the distributors and the retailers play. From those businesses, I know they have educated their children, I know they have built houses. I have seen generations, by the way, generations of women doing this same business, and I think it has been beneficial for them.
I've been with Nestle for the past 25 years. We tell our consumers that when you test Maggi, Maggi is okay. We benefit from it and it won't give them any ill health.
75% of our sale, or 70%, is for Maggi. If you take 500 carton to Maggi to 1 billion, you can finish it.
Àwọn yẹn sì ra Maggi torí pé àwọn nǹkan tó wà nínú rẹ̀ bíi soya beans àti iodine tó wà níbẹ̀. Àwọn customers ni wọ́n gbádùn rẹ̀ gidi gan. Kò jẹ́ pé iodine nísìnyí tí iodine bá wà nínú ọbẹ̀ ó ń tún ojú ṣe. Wọ́n sì ń ṣe tí soya beans náà ṣe nínú ara èèyàn.
Yoruba used to say, "Owo ladu." It is the way you cook that bring out the aroma of your food. 2 cubes of Maggi is okay for a pot of cooking in my house.
Ni na san akwai idan ba shi muka sa a miya ba, to ba ma gane cewa miyan ma ba ta da kyau.
We all know that happiness is homemade. And when we talk about cooking, every woman's desire is for the family to enjoy the food. And at the end of the day, they come back to say, Mom, I really enjoyed that meal. That is the point of satisfaction.
We have always made sure that we come to the woman, get her to taste the product, convince her, such that, there's this confidence when she walks into the kitchen. With women, you don't want to fail, even for once when you're cooking. So she wants to taste first before she, goes into the kitchen, and we give her that opportunity.
When we have this one-to-one engagement with our consumers, we get to hear from them directly how they feel about the brand. And they also get to hear from us how the brand is to be used.
We want to reach out to women in the grassroots. We want to preach to them the message of nutrition, health, and wellness. For many of them, feedback we get so far from consumers, they tell us we don't really know that Maggi is fortified with iron. So it's achieving our aim of teaching women how to do even what they know how to do in a new way.
We have actually been there for the woman, teaching her to cook from secondary school, when people get into secondary school, and that's the time most of us women learn to cook, until she becomes a grown woman, married. Maggi gives her ideas along the way. So that has been the secret.
I am Mrs. Nkechi Amoha, a mother, a wife, and a homemaker. My role, it's very important to me because there is no one else that can fulfill that role better than myself. My family, it's a small one. My husband and my son are the next thing to me after God Almighty. So it's very important for me as a mother and as a caretaker to make sure the quality of food I provide for my home is a balanced diet. It has to contain all the classes of food. So I take my time to make my food good for my family. I grew up eating meals cooked with Maggi, and I know how vibrant I was growing up. That is why I use Maggi, because it brings out the best in every cooking, in every meal.
While cooking, there are things we are very particular about. First of all is allow the natural flavors to come out. Add the seasonings to add flavor. Then you taste for salt. It's after tasting, you might require that you do not require extra salt. It's only after tasting for seasoning that you now correct by adding maybe a little salt.
When somebody takes hard-earned money and buys a product and consumes it, it's the most intimate act. And when you're able to use that intimate act and get a smile because it's delicious and because it's tasty, it's the most wonderful thing in the world. Because that is really the true currency of everything we do.